You have an idea. Maybe it's a business, maybe it's a video, maybe it's just speaking up in a room full of people. And then something stops you. Not a lack of skill, not a lack of time, not even a lack of money. Fear. The fear that everyone will look at you, judge you, remember your failure forever. So you don't start, you stay quiet, you wait for a better moment that never comes, and the idea dies before it ever had a chance to live. But what if I told you nobody was ever looking in the first place? In 2000, psychologists Thomas Gilovich and Kenneth Savitsky ran a simple experiment. They asked college students to walk into a room full of people wearing an embarrassing t-shirt. Before entering, they were asked to estimate how many people in the room would notice and remember the shirt. The students guessed around 50%. The actual number? 25%, half of what they feared. They called this the spotlight effect, the universal human tendency to believe that a spotlight is constantly shining on us, that everyone around us is watching, judging, and cataloging our every move. They aren't. Here is why this happens. You live inside your own head 24 hours a day. You experience every awkward moment in high definition. Every mistake replays in your mind on a loop. Every embarrassing memory shows up uninvited at 3 in the morning. So naturally, you assume everyone else experienced it the same way. But they didn't, because while you were obsessing over your stumble, they were obsessing over their own. While you were replaying your awkward comment, they were replaying theirs. While you were convinced the whole room was staring at you, the whole room was quietly hoping nobody was staring at them. Everyone is the main character of their own story, and in someone else's story, you are barely a background character. Think about the last time you were embarrassed. You probably remember it vividly. The heat in your face, the moment it happened, the way you replayed it walking home. Now, think about the last time someone else was embarrassed in front of you. Can you even remember it? Probably not, because it wasn't your spotlight. It wasn't your loop. It wasn't your 3 in the morning moment. It was theirs. And you moved on within seconds. They did the same with yours. This is what the spotlight effect cost you. The business you didn't start because you were afraid people would laugh. The content you didn't create because you were afraid of judgment. The opinion you didn't share because you were afraid of being wrong in public. Every single one of those decisions was made to protect yourself from an audience that was never there. You built a prison out of other people's opinions, and those people were too busy building their own prisons to even notice yours. The psychologist Erica Boothby discovered something even more uncomfortable. She found that not only do people notice us far less than we think, they also like us significantly more than we think. She called this the liking gap. We consistently underestimate how positively other people perceive us. We walk away from conversations convinced we came across badly, while the other person walks away thinking we were interesting and warm. We post something online convinced it will be met with silence or ridicule, while most people who see it simply move on with their day or quietly appreciate it. The fear was bigger than the reality. It always is. So what do you do with this? You start. You post the first video knowing it won't be perfect because nobody is watching closely enough to care. You speak up in the meeting knowing you might stumble because everyone else is too focused on their own stumbling. You launch the imperfect thing because done and imperfect is seen by more people than perfect and never started. The spotlight you feel on you right now, it's yours. You put it there. You are the only one operating it. And the moment you turn it off, you will realize how much space was always there. Space to try, space to fail, space to start again without the whole world watching. Because the whole world was never watching. They were too busy standing in their own spotlight.